Hey G Squad, welcome back to another episode of Is It Worth It? So today's episode right, this cool amazing product right here in my hand, and basically what this is, if you guys can see, is a steam mop. So you can use this for steaming the floor and everything to clean your floor. But before we talk more about the product itself, let me actually unbox it to show you guys what the product looks like and what comes out the package first. Alright, so when we first open up the product itself, you guys can see that this is what it looks like inside. So they pretty much provide you guys an instruction manual to teach you guys how to use the product right here. Alright, so right here we have the bottom part of the mop. Alright, so right here we have the second part. You guys can see how it's all well protected and everything. And for this steam mop, it is wired, so that's definitely something to consider as well. So right here we have the cable, and this is the mop part right here. There should be one more part right here, so let me take that out first. So right here we have the handle, right here we have the stick part to actually make it longer. And right here we have the measurement cup, so that way you guys know how much to add in terms of water since it is a steam mop. So I assume for this part right here, you guys want to stick it like this. Just like that. Alright, so once you guys put in this part right here for the stick, this is how you guys lock it in here. If you guys want to loosen this part up, you just have to press the button to loosen it out and then pull it out. So just like that. You just have to pull really hard to yank it out. And then when you guys want to put it back in, just go like this. Slide it in, make sure it fits correctly, and push it in all the way until it locks. And for this part right here, you guys can put it into the steam mop right here. So just like this. And now it's locked in. If you guys want to loosen it up, same thing, just press this button right here, loosen it, and pull it out. So pretty easy to set up if you guys can see. So once you guys have it fully set up, you guys can see that this is basically what it looks like. The bottom part right here, you can move it left and right, up and down as well. So you can get different angles if you guys are using it for cleaning the floor or whatever. This part right here is where you put in the water using the little accessory that they provide for you guys right here. And then right here is adjust how strong you guys want the steam to be. So if you guys want a stronger steam or less steam, that's how you guys adjust it here. I believe there's a little indicator right here to show you guys when it's on or off. This is what the back part looks like right here. And this is what the bottom part looks like right there. So it's definitely really cool how they provide you guys two of these right here. So that way you can use one first, and once it goes bad or whatever over time, you guys can change it to a new one. But these are definitely reusable. So once you guys use it one time, you guys can rinse it, wash it, and reuse it again next time. So how this works is that you just have to put in like this right here. This is what the front part looks like right here, and the back part. And I look really carefully on the bottom part right here. They do have the sticky part right here. So you can actually stick it onto the actual fabric or the microfiber cloth as well. So let me actually put it on first to show you guys what it looks like. Alright, so once we put it on, this is what it should look like. Then you guys want to put this part right here on top to clip it in. Make sure it locks in. So once you guys finish installing the bottom part, this is basically what it should look like on here. And this is what it looks like on this side. So now it should be ready to use once you guys put in the water and plug it in. And the cable itself, as you can see, is pretty long, so you guys don't have to worry about it not being long enough to use it in different parts of your house. It should go really far. If not, you guys can actually unplug it and just bring it somewhere else and reuse that part as well. So before I actually test it out, I want to talk about some of the specs on the product itself and how it actually works and everything first before we actually test it out. So definitely one thing to know before you guys start using the product itself is once you guys put in the water and turn it on, it takes around 20 seconds for the steam to fully start working first. So you guys want to wait around 20 seconds before you actually start cleaning your floor or whatever. And then for the bottom part of the steam mop itself, there's around 7 different steam hoses. And then the cool thing about this product is the fact that it's supposed to be able to work on both hardwood floors and also on like carpets. And in terms of the water tank on the steamer itself, how big is it? It's around 13 ounce, which is a good amount. So if that's not enough for you guys, you can definitely add more into it after you guys finish using 13 ounce. And like I mentioned, the actual cable itself is pretty long, and the actual head on the actual steam mop itself is rotatable in different angles. So if you guys want to reach under the table, under the bed or whatever, you guys can definitely use this anywhere. And just like I mentioned earlier, in terms of the different steam levels, there's 3 different levels on here. So you guys can adjust it based on whatever like floor surface you guys are planning to use it on. And then last thing, just like what I mentioned earlier, in terms of the little pads that they provide for you guys, they provide you guys 2 of them, so you guys have one for backup, and they are reusable, which is super awesome. And obviously for this steam mop, like I mentioned, only uses water. It doesn't use any kind of chemical or anything. It definitely is safe for anyone, for pets, for kids, or whatever, so you guys don't have to worry about it. Only thing you guys have to kind of worry about is your pet or your kid not touching the steam mop when it's on or when you guys are using it, so that way they don't have to hurt themselves when the actual mop itself is hot. But that is basically everything that's on the product itself. Let's actually go test it out first, and then we'll come back and talk more about the product in a second. Alright, so once we fully set up, you guys can see that this is basically what it looks like. So we got the bottom part set right there, we got the water part right here, we got the switch option right here to turn it off and on, steam level 1, steam level 2, and steam level 3 right here. And you can see how we have the cable all nicely wrapped in the back right here, which is pretty cool. So that way it's all organized so that when you guys need it, you guys can just pull it out. Obviously the bottom part, like I mentioned, you guys can actually adjust it how you guys want to. So you just have to use your feet to adjust it. And then when you guys need to take this part out on the bottom part, you just have to use your feet right here to hold it down and push it out. But this is basically what the overall product looks like. Let's give it a try and see how it works. Alright, so I got my water right here. Let's add it in. So you want to open up this part right here first and pour it in. You want to be really careful that when you guys pour it in. You guys need to tilt it a little bit. Feel free to tilt it. Alright. And close back up. So you can see the water level is right here, so it's not all the way, but we'll just use that for now. And to actually show you guys the measurement on the cup as well, if you guys are wondering how much to add. Alright, so I'm just going to plug it in now and see how it works. Alright, so I have it all plugged in right now. So what I want to do is to turn this knob right here to whatever level I want to use. I'm going to use the level 1 right here first. And I'm going to wait around 20 seconds for it to steam up first. So you can see we have a red indicator right here, and you can hear that's on, so we can start using it. So as I'm using it now, you guys can definitely see a lot more of the steam on the ground, and you can definitely see a lot more of the liquid or the water as well. So it definitely does work based on what I'm seeing so far. Alright, so I'm not sure if you can see on the floor or not, but it is a little bit wet from the steam that came from the actual steam mop right here. So the product itself, it does work when you guys actually use it to clean. But let's take a look and see what the bottom part of the mop looks like right now. Alright, so this is basically what the bottom part looks like after we finish using it. So it seems like it does work, but there's not too much dirt that got onto the actual mop itself. And the reason why is because I recently just washed my floor, so that's probably why it's so clean and not that dirty than what you guys probably expect. But basically once you guys are done using the steam mop right here, you just want to pull the bottom part with your feet, or you can use your hand to kind of pull it out. Then you guys can just get this part right here and wash it and rinse it, and then you guys can reuse it next time. Alright, welcome back guys. So now I saw the quick test of the product itself, you guys can see it actually does work and it works quite well. And the cord itself is definitely long enough for me to use it in different rooms. But like I mentioned earlier, if the cord itself is not long enough, you can definitely unplug it and replug into a different room. So that is definitely really cool. So that's a huge upgrade compared to back then using like a floor mop that's not electrical or whatever. This one's so much convenient, and you guys can just have all the water in here and start cleaning your floor, washing your floor, or whatever. So that way you guys don't have to do it like the old style like Cinderella, where she had to like clean the floor using like a towel or whatever. This one is so much more convenient. And then what's really cool about this mop right here is that once you guys are finished using it, you guys can push it all the way until it locks right here in the bottom and actually stands up. So as you can see, it's standing up right now. So now that we could unboxing and testing the product itself, now to answer the question of whether or not it's actually worth it or not. So for me, honestly, I definitely have to say that any kind of like steam mop in general are super worth it. Like I mentioned, it's definitely a huge upgrade compared to using like the floor mops and everything. This one is a steam mop, so it makes it a lot easier to clean. And like I mentioned, you guys don't have to do like the old style like Cinderella, where she used a towel to kind of clean the floor. So definitely getting any kind of like steam mop in general are super worth it. But then obviously for those of you guys who don't want or don't need one or haven't one of these, then obviously don't buy one and save your money for something else that you do need. But other than that, that's been just for quick unboxing and testing of the product itself. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, then make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below. And if you guys like this video, make sure to click on that like button in the bottom. That'll definitely help this video out. But as always, make sure to stay positive, be you, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Is It Worth It? Peace.